This is a 10-day self-drive from Naples down to Palermo, Sicily, with stops in southern Italy along the way. See the Corinthian columns?
I'm in Naples and I'm near the Nativity Maker Street, and there's a small Christmas market here, and it is freaking nuts, the number of people.
So we are at the castle of St. Elmo. €5 to get in, and we're looking forward to sunset. Now we could have taken the metro close to the castle, but we ended up taking a taxi. It wasn't exactly cheap, it was maybe €25. But it is a bit of an uphill climb, so we thought it was worth it, and we were kind of on a time schedule to get there before sunset. So, Kath, what did you get?
I got that and you got that.
We found a breakfast place. It's a beautiful setting. So we just had coffee and breakfast in this beautiful gallery, and their credit card machine didn't work. So they just let us say, oh, we'll come back later. Tried to give them US dollars. They said, no, come back. You're from New York, we trust you. And this is the Archaeological Museum. These are artifacts from Pompeii. This horse head was from Herculaneum. It's amazing how many of these bronzes survived. The famous Hercules statue is here, and it took several hundred years for them to find the legs that went with the statue. This is the Veronese bull, which is maybe not the prettiest, but is a massive statue with lots of parts and pieces that have been evolved over the centuries. A model of Pompeii. This room has, like many rooms, a bunch of the walls from Pompeii. But what's very strange is that this the collection is just huge. There are many rooms, but there's also a section that has a bit of the naughty art. It had been closed for many centuries to tourists, but opened up about 50 years ago. We won't show you too many naughty bits. This is the Bellini Theater.
We're having pizza.
So, Kath, what did you think of the pizza in the church?
Fabuloso.
And they agree too. Perhaps. Busy day on the pedestrian street. Beautiful gallery. The entrance to the museum.
I'm in the first antique chamber of the Palazzo Reale.
They're getting set up for another concert. Kathy wants to figure out how to get one of these rotating reading desks. You can consult 8 works very quickly. The famous coffee shop.
Rum Baba.
We think these are relics under each of these. This church is right across the street. Yeah. What is that, Kat?
It's Pulcinella. It is the spirit of Naples.
Are the 5 stories of steps? This is the elevator. That's our laundry room. That's Kathy. That's the little porch. Beautiful kitchen. Murphy bed. A nice bathroom. And a view of the volcano. This is our street. This is a shrine right across the street. Cappuccino. Roasting beans. And the ruins. One of 3 Greek temples here. This is the Temple of Athena. These are the most complete Greek temples in the world. And there are 2 more down there. And you can see the extent of the ruins all around. And as you might expect, olive trees all around. This is the Sacred Way, which is the road between the temples, and it's about 530 BC. It's pretty incredible that we're actually here by ourselves. There is nobody in this entire site. You can tell other times of years it's probably packed with tourists. This is the Temple of Neptune. It is significantly larger than the other Temple of Athena we looked at. This one's cool because you get to go inside.
This is pretty amazing.
It's kind of neat. You can see the temple within the temple in there. This is the oldest temple, largely made travertine, with some sandstone. Kathy's kind of small compared to that temple. Kathy's in the amphitheater, ready for the stones to come out and play some rock. This is what the original looked like on the basilica, the very this one. These are from the diver's tomb, which you can see why it got its name. This is our lodging, and here comes. So what'd you think of the place we stayed?
I thought it was very cool. It's a former manor of a duke, I believe. And we're in Salento.
So Kathy, you found some animals.
Big bunnies. Paestum.
We are in Matera. Kath, according to the sign, the Christmas market doesn't open until tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
I suggest to...
What are you eating, Kath?
Bread salad.
Yum. Elephants. People used to live in the caves carved out of the hillside there. This was once known as the Shame of Italy. As with many towns in Italy, you spend a lot of time walking around and just gawking at the different churches and buildings. And of course, roaming into the churches. I don't think I had heard of Matera, but it is a striking place and one worth at least a day of exploration. You can really see the caves from the side. Just go around that guy. Where are you staying, Kath?
I am staying in Cosenza.
This is the inside of the cathedral. Another place I hadn't heard of, Cosenza, and I do feel like we were the only tourists in town. A quiet evening, but things are still open and highly recommend it.
So we are having panna cotta with chocolate sauce, and then we are having figs macerated in Sambuca.
Kathy, what did you think of dinner?
Molto bene.
We were the only people staying in the hotel, and they created a lovely breakfast for us on the roof.
And there is the castle. What do you think of our rooftop?
It's a gorgeous view. We have the castle, then we have the cathedral. It's amazing.
We are navigating to the ferry to Sicily. Be careful, Kat. Kathy's on a boat. This is the mainland, and that is Sicily, not far away. The Strait of Messina is not very wide. So Kathy, real loud, I need you to sing, "I'm on a boat, I'm on a boat."
I'm not doing that.
This is where our Airbnb is, right on that corner, with our neighbor here, right near the Christmas markets of Catania. And the Christmas market, but she doesn't see any food. Uh-oh. Another beautiful square with an elephant in the middle, and another big church. This is the university.
This is the Cathedral of St. Agatha, located right in the center of the old city. There's quite a bit to see within the cathedral.
So the stones are volcanic stones. This church has been rebuilt many times. In fact, you can see some of the old columns of the old church. There's so many earthquakes because of Mount Etna. It has to be reconstructed a lot. Yeah, real body. That was the body of a cardinal who became a saint. He's been there for 100 years. Here lies the composer Bellini.
The fish market area is fun to visit during the day, but I will say at night it kind of smells very fishy.
So I had a risotto here with red shrimp. Kathy?
He's having swordfish.
Somebody just fed this cat. I wonder who it was. It's a very happy cat now. You're like, oh, that's such a pretty building. And then you're like, oh, there's one like the same right next to it. Really very beautiful architecture.
So inside it is a display that if you put a euro in, it lights up for a minute and then the clock counts down until it goes dark again. I've never seen anything like it, and it's super coffee.
Kathy going to the top of the dome. high up. There is the elephant. So what do you think of the height, Kath?
It's okay. I'm a little apprehensive, but
It's pretty good. You're just standing on the dome here.
I know. Just don't remind me. I'm not going to think too much about it.
And that is the Mount Etna volcano. We found it pretty clever that they have a red light, green light to go up and down the narrow circular stairway. Yay! So what did you think?
It was a little high for someone who does not love heights, but it was a beautiful view of Catania and Mount Etna.
We are at the Roman/Greek Theater. Started around 600 BC. So Kath, what do you think?
I am amazed that there were buildings built on top of this in modern times.
It's also funny how much this looks like a modern theater or stadium. That's Cavia. So the theater is largely hidden by the more modern buildings. And when I say modern, they're like from the 1600s that was built around the theater. It's amazing how large it is inside. And it appears like they have a stage there and they may still be doing performances. This is the same cardinal disnet that we saw in the cathedral. Reliquary filled with bones. There was a wood and silver object in the center there that was stolen in the 1980s. So Kath, what kind of salad are you having?
We were having a farmer salad with pears and bread with looks like toasted cheese on top. I don't know. It looks amazing.
Believe it or not, another church. Big surprise, a Bellini. It's not exactly a fancy crypt. They even have a chandelier up here in the attic. On the left is the other church we went to, the dome, top one. Now we're going up on this one. Kathy keeps having to go upstairs.
Huh?
You have to keep going upstairs.
Are you serious? Oh, God.
Here she comes, coming up the steps. It's a little disconcerting. She will fall.
Scary as the other place.
Oh, it's not as scary? I thought it was a little more scary coming up the last spot. So Mount Etna is right behind Kathy. And just to give a final panoramic view. How was it, Kath?
I keep saying I'm afraid of heights, and then I go up someplace higher to get a picture. This is terrifying, actually.
Well, you did a great job. Kathy's Annabelle. So it used to be the cloistered nuns could only see the public through these grates. Okay, the ceiling here is incredible. Okay, this door has a lot of locks. Kathy's going downstairs after finishing laundry. Another Christmas market. What do you have, Kath?
I have a Nutella crepe.
Yum. So, Kathy, you're having a white Sicilian wine.
Yes.
What 3 grapes and what region were they made?
Palermo, Tropiano, and I don't recall the third, but one of the grapes is Grigio, and I don't remember the other 2.
Excellent job. What are you having for breakfast, Kath?
I'm having a waffle with chocolate and whipped cream. Very decadent. I thought the magic was from Tanzanite, but it turns out to be calcirenite.
So the Greek name for this city was Agrigos. It's the Temple of Zeus Olympia. You can see how big the columns were.
We're now at the Temple of Zeus.
It overlooks the Mediterranean. So this is one of multiple temples. I don't know the name of the temple. We're situated on top of a high hill. And these temples are actually from 600 BC, but have been the subject of different military conquests over the time. This is the Temple of Concordia from about 400 BC. It survived so well because it was converted into a basilica around 600 AD. Some of the arches from the basilica can still be seen. These goats are unique to this area of Sicily, and they were probably brought here by the Arabs, mixed with another type of goat.
This is a modern statue of Icarus.
These are tombs on the way up to the next temple. What do you think, Kath? You hiked to the top.
It wasn't that bad.
Here she comes amongst the olive trees, looking for the next picture opportunity. She's like, nope, that's a pigeon. Who cares? Kathy found some friends. We are in Sambuca di Sicilia, the most beautiful town in Italy, although Kathy's not buying it. It's a quiet Saturday night. It's a little quiet in the church. Kath,
Yes.
grab an orange. So Kathy, you're in the museum. Are a lot of people here? They opened the whole museum just for us. This is what Kathy is thinking of having for dinner.
No.
This is another holy church of purgatory. There's a snail at the top of those stairs. This is our too large of car for Italy, and where we stayed in Sambuca. There was an Arab castle here around 800 AD. There are both vineyards and olive trees below. The castle was only taken down about 200 years ago, and these houses were built from the stones from the castle.
It's a rainbow.
Bridge and tunnel. Another bridge and tunnel.
We are now entering the city of Trapani, which has salt beds.
This is where they make salt. It appears that they're pumping out some of the water. Over 200 birds migrate through.
Winding roads to Erice or Erice.
Cow cat. Way to go, Kat. Kathy's really enjoying the wind. And I'm enjoying the lobster fighting the Minotaur. Kathy's gonna go enjoy the view of the Mediterranean from 2,700 feet. Look at that wind whistling. Uh-oh, Kathy found a Christmas market. Uh-oh. Well, the clouds have burned off a little bit so we can actually see the Mediterranean. These are Gothic, and we're in a cute little pastry shop.
There's the Mediterranean out there. And this is the windy road that we have to navigate down this mountain to reach the Mediterranean. Winding and steep road. Meow. I say it's marble. Sean is not sure, but it's a big quarry. I am in Palermo.
We believe this float is related to the public holiday that is today. We're trying to find lunch. There's a lot of silver. Some of the tops of the buildings are pretty amazing. Run down. Probably our favorite apartment so far is right by the cathedral. Kathy likes the Christmas decorations, especially the elves on the bed. Up on the roof.
I hate heights.
Yeah?
I do.
So Kathy, where are you?
I'm on the top of the Cathedral of Palermo, and I will say that when I got to the top of the staircase, I thought, oh, I can't do this, but I wanted to get a picture.
You got a picture.
Many pictures.
Don't worry, these railings are held in with zip ties. Kathy's walking with nuns. Kathy loves seeing all the pizza boxes. Must be Italy. Roasting chestnuts. And a Christmas market. They are really crowded. We think there is a parade with all these police starting at the end of
I like the cornetto, which is what they call a croissant here, because it's not as buttery.
It's really cool. This column used to be in the basilica that then became a mosque, and so you can see this little phrase from the Quran. All right, we are here at the Palacio Royale, which is the royal palace, and there happens to be an Elliot Irwin exhibit on.
I do think this is one of the best Elliot Irwin exhibits I've ever seen. It has all his famous shots, and many of which we had never seen.
These ruins were discovered maybe 30 years ago while they were doing some renovations, and they're from about 200 BC. They're doing some restoration on the one side. Kath, what do you think of the chapel?
I think the Palatine Chapel is a marvel of both Romanesque and Arabic design.
This is the Quiet Royal Gardens. And here's Her Highness approaching. So Kathy, tell me, what does that pine cone mean?
But there are pine nuts here in Sicily, I think.
This tree is all the way from Australia. And Kathy asked, how did they get a pot so big?
I did not ask that. But I am wondering though.
And there's a cat approaching from the back. Kathy is not even aware. There's a cat over watching. Many of the shops have these. They're security cash registers, so there's no way that anybody can steal the cash.
Palermo had a lot of great street art. We'd also call it graffiti, but some of it was very brilliant.
This is called Capo Market.
It's a historic, authentic market in a grittier part of town. So, thumbs up.
Chicken dragon. This area is a little rougher. They didn't have any hooks to hang these. I'm not doing great with the modern art here so far. So the tree outside found this drain and went down the drain. And that is the tree that has an artistic root. These vines have an incredible flower. It's also a beautiful mosaic floor. And of course, we all know this is a golden chalice vine. This is a bougainvillea. Beautiful.
I think this museum is better than Bougainvillea.
The museum has a lot of roof access, so you can get these nice views. And also behind the scenes of like how these palaces were built and what the ceilings, what went into the ceilings from a structural perspective. Eclectic mix of art makes it interesting to walk around.
Cool seeing the roof, the old timbers. Kath, where are you going?
I am not going between the ceilings. But Sean is.
Wow. You can see the vaulted ceiling there. I normally expect lath, but this looks more like reeds that they put stucco over, woven reeds. Good job, Kathy.
I mean, how often do I get to see the inner workings of an ancient palazzo?
Here comes Kathy.
It's a little scary.
Good job.
Thank you. Anything for a picture.
Some sailboats out there in the distance. And there's some people rowing. If you look back to the far right, that's where the cathedral is. What do you think of the view?
It's spectacular. Look at that. I'm nervous.
Kathy's boat shopping. Dinner time. Looks like they have wine.
It does.
Yep. That's you, Kath.
Tourism, yeah, that's me.